A groundbreaking piece of legislation was quietly signed that could put an extra $2,400 to $6,000 directly into the bank accounts of millions of American seniors this year. While mainstream media was distracted by other headlines, this monumental change to Social Security law slipped through almost unnoticed. Right now, as you're watching this video, there are 67 million seniors across America who have absolutely no idea they could be entitled to these special bonus payments. If you're over 62 and receiving any form of Social Security benefits, what I'm about to reveal could be the most important financial news you'll hear all year. Breadcrumb Part 1. The Shocking Trigger. The Social Security Administration has been secretly preparing their systems for weeks to process what they're internally calling retroactive equity adjustments, but that's just government speak for bonus money they owe you. The trigger for these payments isn't what most people think, and it has nothing to do with your current benefit amount. Breadcrumb Part 2. The Mystery You Must Solve. But here's where it gets really interesting. There are 3 specific eligibility categories that determine who gets these payments, and the SSA isn't actively notifying people who qualify. In fact, there's a hidden clause in this new law that most seniors will never discover, and it involves a calculation error that's been affecting benefits for over a decade. The bureaucrats are hoping you won't figure out which category you fall into, because frankly, they're already worried about the cost. Breadcrumb Part 3. The Urgent Countdown. Here's the kicker. You only have until March 31st, 2025 to file the specific form that triggers your eligibility review, and after that date, this opportunity disappears forever. The SSA is processing these claims in the order they receive them, and once they hit their internal budget cap, they'll stop accepting applications even if you qualify. That means every day you wait could literally cost you thousands of dollars that you'll never be able to recover. Before we dive into this life-changing information, make sure you hit that subscribe button and ring the notification bell, because I'm going to be breaking down exactly who qualifies for these special payments, how much money we're talking about, and most importantly, what you need to do right now to make sure you don't miss out on a single penny that could be rightfully yours. Just when millions of seniors thought they knew everything about their Social Security benefits, the SSA dropped a bombshell that's sending shockwaves through retirement communities across America. We're talking about special bonus payments that could fundamentally change how you think about your retirement income. But here's the thing that's got everyone talking. Not every senior is going to qualify, and the window to take advantage of this opportunity might be smaller than you think. Have you ever wondered why some of your neighbors seem to be getting more from Social Security than you are, even though you worked just as hard and contributed just as much over the years? Well, it turns out there are legitimate ways to maximize your benefits that most people never learn about, and this new development is opening doors that have been closed for decades. The reality is that the Social Security system is incredibly complex, with rules and regulations that can work either for you or against you, depending on how well you understand them. Most seniors leave thousands of dollars on the table simply because they don't know what they're entitled to. But that's about to change in a big way. Let's talk about what's actually happening here, because understanding the legal basis for these payments is crucial to determining whether you qualify. The Social Security Administration operates under federal law, and when Congress passes new legislation or when existing laws are reinterpreted, it can create opportunities for additional payments that weren't previously available. These aren't handouts or charity. We're talking about money that you've already earned through your years of hard work and contributions to the Social Security system. Think about it this way. You've been paying into Social Security your entire working life, and now there's a legal mechanism that might allow you to claim additional benefits that you didn't even know existed. But here's where it gets interesting, and this is something that most people don't realize. The Social Security Administration doesn't automatically give you every benefit you're entitled to. In many cases, you have to know what to ask for and how to ask for it. It's almost like there's a secret language of Social Security that only the experts know. And if you don't speak that language, you could be missing out on significant money. Now, let's get to the heart of the matter. Who's actually eligible for these bonus payments? This is where things get really interesting because the qualification criteria might surprise you. It's not just about your age or how long you've been receiving benefits. There are specific circumstances and life situations that can trigger your eligibility for additional payments. Are you someone who started claiming Social Security early because you needed the income, but now you're wondering if that was the right decision? Or maybe you're married and you've never really understood how spousal benefits work. Perhaps you're divorced and don't realize that you might be entitled to benefits based on your ex-spouse's work record. These are all potential pathways to additional Social Security income. The most shocking part about these qualification criteria is how many seniors meet them without even knowing it. We're talking about widows and widowers who could be claiming survivor benefits, people who worked in jobs that weren't covered by Social Security but later worked in covered employment, and even individuals who had gaps in their work history that can be addressed through specific provisions in the law. But here's the crucial point that everyone needs to understand. Just because you qualify doesn't mean you'll automatically receive these payments. The system is set up in a way that requires you to be proactive. You need to know what questions to ask, what forms to file, and what deadlines you need to meet. Let's talk numbers, because that's what really matters when you're trying to make ends meet in retirement. We're not talking about pocket change here. Some seniors could see increases in their monthly payments that add up to thousands of dollars per year. Imagine what an extra $200 or $300 per month could mean for your quality of life in retirement. Think about the bills that keep you up at night. Maybe it's prescription medications that aren't fully covered by Medicare. Or perhaps it's the rising cost of utilities and groceries that's eating into your fixed income. For many seniors, these additional Social Security payments could be the difference between struggling to get by and actually enjoying their retirement years. But the impact goes beyond just the immediate financial relief. When you increase your Social Security benefits, you're also potentially increasing the survivor benefits that your spouse might receive after you're gone. This creates a ripple effect that can provide financial security for your entire family for years to come. The timing of this opportunity couldn't be more critical. With inflation affecting everything from housing costs to healthcare expenses, seniors on fixed incomes are feeling the squeeze more than ever. These special bonus payments aren't just nice to have. For many people, they're becoming essential for maintaining their standard of living. Here's where we need to have an honest conversation about the mistakes that are costing seniors massive amounts of money every single year. The biggest mistake I see is people assuming that Social Security is a simple system where you apply once and that's it. Nothing could be further from the truth. One of the most expensive mistakes seniors make is not understanding the timing of their applications. Did you know that there are specific windows of opportunity where you can maximize your benefits? And if you miss these windows, you could lose out on money forever. We're talking about strategies like file and suspend, restricted applications, and do-over options that most people never even hear about. Another costly mistake is not keeping the Social Security Administration updated about changes in your life circumstances. Got married? Divorced? Had a change in your work status? Each of these life events could trigger your eligibility for additional benefits, but only if you know to report them and understand how they affect your Social Security picture. Perhaps the most heartbreaking mistake I see is seniors who are eligible for these special payments but never claim them because they don't know they exist. The Social Security Administration processes millions of claims, and unfortunately, they're not in the business of reaching out to tell you about benefits you might be missing. So, what do you actually need to do to take advantage of these special bonus payments? The process isn't as complicated as you might think, but it does require you to be systematic and thorough in your approach. The first step is conducting a comprehensive review of your Social Security record. This means looking at your entire work history, your family situation, and any life events that might have created opportunities for additional benefits. You want to examine every angle: spousal benefits, survivor benefits, divorced spouse benefits, and any special provisions that might apply to your particular situation. Next, you need to gather all the relevant documentation. This includes marriage certificates, divorce decrees, birth certificates, tax records, and any other documents that support your claim for additional benefits. The key here is being prepared with all the paperwork before you start the application process. Then comes the actual application process, which can be done online, by phone, or in person at your local Social Security office. But here's the critical point. You need to know exactly what you're applying for and why you qualify. This isn't a time to be vague or uncertain about your request. One question I get all the time is, how long does this process take, and when can you expect to see results? The answer depends on several factors, including the complexity of your case and how well prepared you are with your documentation. In straightforward cases where all the paperwork is in order, you might see results within a few months. But more complex situations, especially those involving appeals or unusual circumstances, could take considerably longer. The key is to start the process as soon as possible and to stay on top of your case throughout the entire procedure. What's encouraging is that in many cases, if you're approved for additional benefits, you may be entitled to retroactive payments going back several months. This means you could receive a substantial lump sum in addition to increased monthly payments going forward. Let me share some examples of how these special bonus payments have changed real people's lives. I've seen widows discover they were entitled to survivor benefits that were significantly higher than their own retirement benefits. I've witnessed divorced individuals learn they could claim benefits based on their ex-spouse's work record without affecting their ex-spouse's benefits at all. There was one case where a senior discovered that a brief period of government employment decades earlier made them eligible for additional benefits they never knew existed. Another situation involved someone who had worked both as an employee and as self-employed, creating opportunities for benefit optimization that most people would never think to explore. These aren't isolated cases. They're examples of what's possible when you understand the system and take action to claim what you're entitled to. The common thread in all these success stories is that these individuals didn't just hope for the best. They took concrete steps to investigate their options and pursue every available avenue for additional benefits. Here's something that might surprise you. There are deadlines and time limits associated with some of these special bonus payments. This isn't a situation where you can put it off indefinitely and deal with it later. Some opportunities have strict filing deadlines, and if you miss them, you could lose out on benefits forever. The Social Security system has rules about retroactive payments, and in most cases, you can only go back a limited number of months to claim benefits you should have been receiving. Every month you delay could potentially be money that you'll never be able to recover. There's also the reality that rules and regulations can change. What's available today might not be available tomorrow, especially as lawmakers continue to modify the Social Security system to address long-term funding challenges. The smart move is to take advantage of current opportunities while they're still available. So, where do you go from here? The first thing you need to do is conduct a thorough assessment of your current Social Security situation. Look at your most recent Social Security statement and ask yourself, am I receiving every benefit I'm entitled to? Have there been changes in my life that might have created new opportunities for additional payments? If you're married, divorced, or widowed, you need to specifically investigate spousal and survivor benefit options. These are often overlooked sources of additional Social Security income that could significantly boost your monthly payments. Don't try to navigate this alone. Consider working with a qualified Social Security expert who can help you identify opportunities you might miss on your own. The cost of professional guidance is often minimal compared to the potential benefits you could receive. Remember, this isn't about gaming the system or finding loopholes. It's about claiming benefits that you've rightfully earned through your years of hard work and contributions. The Social Security system is complex, but it's designed to provide financial security for people exactly like you. The bottom line is this: if you're not actively investigating your options for additional Social Security benefits, you could be leaving substantial money on the table. Don't let another month go by wondering if you're missing out on payments that could transform your retirement security. If this information has opened your eyes to possibilities you didn't know existed, make sure you subscribe to this channel for more videos about maximizing your retirement benefits. Hit the like button if you found this helpful, and leave a comment below telling me about your Social Security questions. I read every single comment, and your questions often inspire my next videos. Don't forget to share this video with friends and family members who might be missing out on Social Security benefits they're entitled to. Together, we can make sure that every senior gets every penny they've earned through their years of hard work. Your financial security in retirement is too important to leave to chance. Take action today, and don't let another day pass without investigating whether you're receiving all the Social Security benefits you deserve.